So some people had questions about what happens if it is embedded in the column. First of all, it should not be okay. But with the new technologies, if one has to for whatever purpose, it can be done. But of course, it comes with the consequence of high energy use because one will have to suction out the sewage in case of any blockage. Second, you will have to really take care of the gravity and the speed with which the sewage will be traveling. So that has to be taken care of. If all these factors are taken care of, then yes, you can embed the sewage pipes within your columns and can work out. It would be better if you can work out your column in a way that the sewage can happen at the side, or maybe you can extend the column. I don't know. It could be done like that. So in case if extreme need or of need to maintenance has to be there, it can be taken care of. That's all. Okay. So we finish with that. And there are vacuum systems in sewage available. Okay, so yes, so that is how it is. Coming to the fire safety, and we know that high rise and fire is like hand in glove. There is always a chance of these headphones are so bad. God. Has anyone started recording?
Yes, I've started.
Oh, great, thanks. So high rise especially has a high need of fire safety because first of all, it's a DCR, okay? It's a development regulation rules in almost every country, every city. Since as you go up, the chances of getting out becomes longer, you know, instead of in a 15-story or a 17-story, even 20-story, it becomes difficult for people to travel down, okay? And then there are measures taken like what we did in third year, where we talked about shoots and we talked about certain kinds of they have those hoistways or some ways where people can escape, okay? But in a high rise, it is very difficult. What all things you need to do? The first thing is, and the focus of the entire high rise is always and always fire escape rather than fighting. Fighting will have the people and you have BMS system and everything automated, but where automation and people, it's a little difficult. So you will just, I mean, the whole focus is so please concentrate on what they do. So these are some of the usual stuff that even a high rise will have, which what you studied already in your sixth semester. Okay? So you have static tanks. Of course, the size will be like megalopolis kind of a thing. Like a huge city, you will have a huge static tank because in a way, high rise is a kind of a miniature city. Where you have all kinds of typology happening within. So you have commercial floors, you have residential, hotels, entertainment, okay, some manufacturing units, who knows? So it could be anything and everything. And so if you're catering to such a wide range of functions that is happening inside, you need to cater to alag DCR जो उनका बोलता है, like for in India, we would have a different DCR for commercial water supply versus a residential. So if it is a commercial building, you would have to give me 1 lakh liters static compulsory. But if it is a residential, it would be 50,000 is good enough. So these are some of the norms that Indians, DCR, I mean Bombay DCR has. Okay, probably it will change if you go to Jalandhar or Ludhiana or maybe Kanyakumari. Who knows? But so according to the city and the DCR, one has to plan. Similarly, same thing could be applied there. You have pump roofs, the usual set of. Only thing is everything is now multiplied several times because the sizes will be tremendous. Okay, firefighting tanks. Okay, at the OHT level, but not just at the OHT level, right? It would be also at those all mechanical floor level because your entire building cannot be fought with just one fire supply. It has to be done at zonal level. You have to zone your building and then you will have to see that how you can take the water up because the same principle applies. In fact, यहाँ पे तो ज़्यादा because you are carrying water down not by just small pipe but like huge 6 inches. The pressure would be like tremendous, and you have booster pumps on top of it. So yeah, it's going to be terrible if there is no control taken on that, and that is the reason you zone the building and you fight the building zonal wise. Fight the fire, sorry. Okay, so then again you have wet risers with hydrants and hose reels, sprinkler systems, CO2 panels, nitrogen systems. Okay, there are a lot many other Nowadays, a new system has come up, especially used in a high-rise, is using the noble gas kind of thing, which do not react with anything and does not allow oxygen to also. So argon is used highly. So there are these different systems that has been coming up. They are very costly, only used in certain specific cases. Mm, you have detectors of all kind, heat, you have smoke, you have movement, huh? Everything. Public announcement systems are there, very much in place. Every floor will have a panel which will have this kind of a facility where they can, if somebody announces, it will be heard at that floor. Alarm systems would be there. BMS system is building maintenance systems where everything is automated. The walls will be controlled, programmed, and computerized. Okay, the pressure could be computerized. Opening of the wall could be computerized. As soon as it detects certain pressure loss, the walls will open up and the water can start flowing without a person going there and manually opening it. So all this thing is today, everything is automated because you have these varied senses of, availability of sensors, thermostats, and all the kind of sensors. Basically, it senses either the movement of the material, whether it's water, whether it is gas, whether it is so everything. Then you have fire escape systems, and then you have alternative source of electricity majorly used here because the entire elevator shafts will be then working on generators and not on electricity. And in the high rise, guys, only this thing to imagine that from 60th floor you are traveling down via staircase can be very dizzying kind of a thing. लोगों को चक्कर आने लगता है in such a scenario, especially if you are old people, you might have some disabled people within the entire building working because disability is also an issue where you will have to provide for everything. So if they are working there and if they are trying to escape, they will block other people. So all that has to be taken care of. So lifts become primary importance, or rather a way of escaping the तुम्हारा क्या बोलते हैं the building, right? Hmm. So yeah, these are the stuff. Okay, and we were talking about this thing, na, what all, how the fan rooms are placed on the top. What is positive ventilating of the shaft? Why should it be positively ventilated? So if you will be surprised to see that in many elevators in high rises, they actually provide negative pressure within the shaft. Why? Anyone? They actually provide negative pressure. जबकि 6th semester में we said ना that all if the people are to be escaped, okay, they will be positively ventilated so that the smoke cannot enter the lift shaft and kind of create a very gasping kind of an effect. But why would you think that the negative pressure would be installed in a lift shaft? Anyone? I didn't go on full screen. No one? Wow. क्या हो सकता है reason, right?
Maybe because the lift is not supposed to be used during the event of a fire. So if the smoke goes there, then or else it acts as a shaft, and the smoke can be allowed to like rise within it.
Also, it will not. So then, the reason of keeping it negative first is, as you rightly say, that certain lifts will not be allowed for people to take them out. So certain lifts which are not going to work as the evacuation lifts will have negative. The rest of the lift, which is actually taking people up and down, generally service lifts will be taken because service lifts are larger, okay, and they can take more load. Hello. Hello. Is the problem on my side? No. Uh, where was I? Yeah. So in that scenario, uh, you would not want the smoke to enter if it is somebody's there inside. Okay, it will be too much. And imagine traveling from 160th floor to downstairs. So it can kill a person. But if you are talking about places where you don't want the smoke to go to the other floors, So your floor is at say 1 pressure zone and your lift are at the negative. The air will or the smoke will not try to, suppose the fire is on 50th floor, 50, and you are on 100 floor. If this negative zone is not there, the fire can start oozing at every floor and the whole building will be then smoky, which we don't want. Okay, so then the shaft becomes a escape zone for the smoke. So it will not allow, so the smoke will not come out on every other floor. That is the reason why some of the lifts in a high rise are negatively pressurized, while the one which are taking the people down will be positively pressurized. Am I clear? Okay. And generally, it comes with its own risk. Okay, fire is, you know, the lift works on the ropes. Okay, and everything is there. So you just need to be a little bit more extra. How would you take care of all that? So that the consultants are there to take care of it. Okay. So that is how exactly, but as an architect, you have to specify materials, what kind of material you will use within the lift, okay? And even in the lobby, is the lobby allowing the smoke to come in? So then that has to have a different pressure zones, okay? Breaking the building into different compartmentalization so that the smoke will be retained within that particular zone if that is there. And we'll study that zoning and everything when we do the lifts today, okay? So today we are basically going to cover 3 topics: fire, garbage and lifts. Hopefully I'll be able to complete. Okay, it's pretty long, right? So this is how तुम्हारा ये होता है. So this is, you can see this. So somebody asked last time, I don't know whether it was in my group, yeah, somebody asked me separately, but it was this question that if this is the shaft, okay, the duct, then should we cover it up with the concrete? Yes, you should. You can see it here photo. You can only see the ducts coming, I mean, sorry, the pipes going down. But you can actually see, एक second, you can actually see that this is the cutout in a slab. Sorry, itna nahi, itna. You can see that this is the cutout. So this is a cutout where you are allowing all the pipes to go in, but actually a person can stand here and clean up the pipes or do some maintenance. So basically the whole duct is covered, but only a little part here near the edge of the wall you can put a cutout and allow the pipes to go down. So these are the water pipes, these are the sewage pipes. You can see various sewage, but I think these are water as well. So there are different ducts which is shown. You can see there are so many lines coming here in this. You can see this is definitely sewage, this is definitely sewage, these are all water pipes, huh? So this is how you will be, and you can see that the duct size is pretty big, but the cutout is only this much. And this will happen throughout the building, okay? Same thing here. So various buildings, various cutouts, but you can see how the things are done. So remember this to do, and whenever we do our working drawing, these are some of the things that you will be doing it, because it is leading to safety of your people who are there in your building. Yeah. So then the next step would be what kind of things that you need to take care of. First is we have talked about fire escapes. Okay, let's first talk about the fire escapes. Then we go to the lift when we take the lifts. Okay, so here I'll only talk about the staircases. So if you see the staircase ka door, such a large big opening of the door. Okay, it opens inside because probably this is at some floor. So it's in the direction of, चल क्यों नहीं रहा है मेरा pen? हाँ, it is in the direction of the run. Okay, and you can see the width of the staircase is pretty large than the normal. Okay, you can see that this is naturally ventilated as well as lighted. Hmm. So all the precautions are taken care of. You can see this is the signage here. Okay, signage is not only on the door, it is somewhere hanging at the top also in the corridor so that people can see it above height level. Okay, because on the door I might not see it. The door is in an open position, suppose, or if it is in a closed position, I will not be able to see it. But if it is hanging up above everyone's head, then it is possible for me to see it. Okay, so yeah, you can see the size of the handle, how they're large, so that anybody can pull it together or can push it together. So large handles, wide doors, double landing space. You can see the door is open and still there is a place for people to go around. This is what I said when you say that you have a double landing. This is how it is. Now on the next picture, this one, you can see this is a cutout on the side wall. Somewhere I assume on the side of this wall or maybe on the other side wall, where you are aligning your your fan inside, from which you will pressurize your staircase. Okay, I'll show you some future pictures to see how it is. The fan unit is connected. So you see here, third picture mein, you can actually see that this entire thing is your क्या कहते हैं staircase, but this is your fan, which is taking the air from here and pushing it into your fire escape staircase. So that means you are making it positively pressurized. This is that cutout in a wall that you have to show, okay, and into which the fan will be kept. Of course, there will be a big electric panel, blah blah blah, across it, so that everything can be taken care of. Okay, and then okay, so yeah, this is the section which is kind of schematically trying to show kya hota hai. If I don't have the position to keep it on the side, somewhere where I can keep it here, okay, then I can allow the line to come from here, the lines meaning the ducts to come from here, okay, and I can push the air all into the this is my staircase, or sorry, this is my staircase, and this is the path of the air. So all the air is coming out. Smoke को देखो यहाँ पे grey color का दिखा है. Smoke will not be able to enter it, and that's how this thing is now safe. ठीक है? So this is how what I meant when I say that this is pressurized. Okay, you actually have to put a big fan there. You saw the size of the fan. Okay, and this was I think a picture of a Bombay का कोई building है. I think this is in Panvel, and a few of the students had done this last year. I don't know when, and I got the pictures from them. Thanks to them. So yeah, cool. Okay. Any questions so far, so forth, guys? So this is the idea of pressurizing your staircases, okay? And this is again, so now somebody will say, "Arey, you know, putting fans on the terrace, it will be like costly, you know, khula hai, you'll have to create a room." So then sometimes at the terrace level, you might have to create a lobby kind of a thing where you can see here, okay? The last lift, यहाँ पे लिखा है, floor above the last lift landing, this is the fan, ठीक है? So that is a fan which is actually you can see this is the fan here. This is the lobby. You can see these ducts here. These are the firefighting ducts here. Fine. So this is how you will have to manage your services and see to it that they are safe, they are well ventilated, they are lighted, and if anything goes wrong here, it is clearly visible. You don't have to open the door with a lock and all that, key and all that. तब तक तो अंदर से conflagration होगा, ऐसा नहीं चाहिए. Okay. This is another photo where they are just showing that this is the lift machine room, okay, and this is the fan room here, okay, or this is the thing. No, I don't think this is the machine room, or I don't understand why this thing has to come down. Maybe the terrace is divided into two, whatever. Yeah, but it is written here. It is the lift machine room. So whatever be the case, the कहने का मतलब है कि it also has to have the protection of fire. It has to have this, but you have to understand that this fire cannot be over the machine actually. So maybe the lines are going, but there will be no sprinklers here. So please be aware, because it is mechanical and electrical rooms will not have the sprinkler or any kind of a fire within that. Water within that. ठीक है? Any questions? Can I go ahead? Yeah, so this is what happens on every floor. So this is in a closed position. What you are seeing here, ये आपका closed position है. This is open position. ठीक है? So this is how you will be. This will be the planning of your fire duct. 1 second. I think my phone is coming. Just a minute, guys. Hello. Hello. Yes. Can I call you after say 1 hour, sir? Yeah, I'll call you. ठीक है? Thank you. Okay, so right. So you understood, and then you have these kind of lobbies that is happening here. where people can stand. It can be used as a smoke lobby also, where people can stand and fag and all that. But otherwise, it becomes a refuge floor where people can actually stand there and escape the smoke that will be there prevailing within the building. Okay. And when I say hose reel and your a hydrant, so you can see this is the hydrant here. If you see, this is the hydrant here, this is the hose reel. The hose reel will be connected here. Okay. ये चीज क्या है? What is this thing? What is this? ये तो हो चुका है ना? It's a hooter panel that will be placed within that. Okay, it could be they sometimes put a axe also in case if something gets stuck because of fire and this thing. It is an extra kind of a thing that they provide. You will see this happening at almost every place where you can actually see that. So it's a funny hai, but it's there. Okay. Okay, so this is, I was talking about zoning of fire. So you're talking about one WTC, that is World Trade Center, which is the new tower in place of the Twin Tower after they got destroyed in the terrorist attack. And if you see that kind of so this is kind of the system they are using. What they do is you will zone a building. Okay, you will zone the building. Okay, this is how they will zone it. This is one zone, this is third zone. So that is how the buildings are zoned. Every zone, now this could be either mechanical floor, okay, or it could be the service floor. Either way, jo bhi ho sakta hai. But essentially on this floor, they would have your static tank. They can have your static tank, they can have your booster pumps, okay, and all kind of pump rooms and everything can happen. So the origination, so basically this static tank will be filled by a tank which is at the bottom of your basement. From there the water will be going up, okay, filling up, then this will go up, this will go up, and that's how the entire static tank will be filled. Obviously static tank ke saath tumhara domestic to hoga hi, because that's how the things work even out there, because we don't want to put anything for a long term without use. The principle remains the same, okay, doesn't matter whether you are in India or UK. So this is what will happen at the zone level. So everything that you plan for a smaller area will be planned for a high rise. The principle is same, only imagine the spaces has now become tremendous. Okay, it has become tremendous, and that's where the mechanical, actually you have to insert the whole kind of kya bolte hain. So that's why you can see the floor ka thing. Okay, so this is how one will fight with the fire. Now in WTC, after they realized that the attack happened and everything just demolished and so many people died, they kind of made that building so strong now that it can withstand earthquakes, seismic activity, some explosion within. The lift shafts, which is actually taking the people down. One of the biggest tragedy was people died in lifts there. The whole lift shaft collapsed because it was made up of light steel cable cars, okay, and the shaft was also not so very strong. The usual तुम्हारा जो shaft का जो material है, that was used, the concretization. But in WTC, the new tower which is there in New York, there actually the lift shaft is covered with 1 meter thick wall. Okay, it's actually the size of that wall is 1 meter thick wall. Okay, to protect the elevators, and each floor will contain a refuge area to protect the people in case of emergency situation. But there are also additional measures are taken to improve your safety of the passengers. Okay. Now, ideally, what happens in a fire? If there is a fire, the emergency elevator will stop somewhere nearest to the floor, ना जैसा program किया है. Okay, the elevator will come and stop to the nearest level because electricity cut off हो जाता है. But here, since these elevators are working on generator, and the job of these elevators is to evacuate the people, the program is done in such a way that the lift, suppose if this is your evacuation center and this is your first, if suppose this is my first refuge floor, this is my first refuge floor. Now, if that is the case, my lift will come and stop right under wala floor. So if this is the floor, it will stop here. Firefighting guys will come here, they will stop here, okay, and they will climb up to this floor if there is a fire there, okay, or wherever the fire is. So if suppose the fire is somewhere here, okay, the lift will come and stop here. That is how the lifts are programmed to take care of it. And if people have to run, they will have to run down, take the lift and go down. So that is how another precaution is taken in WTC. Okay, any questions before I move ahead? I have to erase this, otherwise next slide will be dirty. Similarly, guys, Burj Khalifa has a massive, they also have taken a good care of fire. उसमें क्या है, I don't have the slide to actually show you, but I can just orally tell you what it is. There the elevators are provided with safety devices, okay, which include something like fireproof concrete. So they actually pour something else into the concrete to make it fireproof, okay. Chemicals pour करते हैं basically, okay. Water from the sprinkler should not enter into the cab. So there are sills actually done so that in case of heavy fire, and if there is a firefighting activity happening there, the cab will not be disturbed with the water. So that is being taken care of. Okay, fast and large elevators are being planned in such a way that at a time some 35,000 people could be evacuated at a time. So that is the kind of a services being planned for Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa also has a very interesting. I was trying to get a lift ka diagram for Burj Khalifa, but I couldn't get it anywhere. If somebody can find it, great. You can send it to me. But from all the literature that I have read around, and it's quite a lot available. बहुत सारी जगह पे ये literature is available. You can also go through it. The system they have applied to the Burj Khalifa is called as a lifeboat kind of a system. Lifeboat कैसा होता है ना? You go there, you pick up the people, and the lifeboat goes out. Similar kind of thing is being used here. So 10 elevators are just doing the job of a lifeboat, okay, meaning that the passengers who are stuck there are rescued from there and they are completely protected. You can use the word encapsulated, okay, in a completely fire resistant environment, and within, I think the time that they mentioned was about 45 seconds you would reach down. So that is the speed of the limits that the lifts they have. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the things that most of the buildings will have to go for in case of fire. Yeah, this is again a typical, the same thing will be there for them also. Okay, it's an internal hydrant, so yes, every floor will need to have this, which I showed you in the previous picture, and this has to be then encompassed in a duct. आपको एक duct देना है, and यहाँ पे आपको window देना पड़ेगा. Okay, you give me a window here so that I can see inside, open this and take it out. So that's how you will have to plan your fire shaft. Okay, another thing that almost every high rise will have is something as a dry riser. Since we are talking about heavy kind of out of control situation, you want water from external sites to come in. और जब आप fire call करते हो and you know that this is coming from say WTC or say from Shanghai Tower, okay, एक या दो तुम्हारा fire engine नहीं आएगा. It will be like the whole city will send its supply to that because you know the fire can escalate and so many people are trapped there. So you require these inlets besides your fire hydrant. Okay, so there can be 2-3 inlets, fire hydrants, but not necessarily wet risers to be there. They can be dry riser as well, which a fire guy can come from outside, attach his supply to the dry riser, and the dry riser can then take it to individual floor. So that is how they will fight fire in case if the water is empty, and in case if the fire is higher, then more amount of hydrants will be functional. That is the reason they have done this. Because as I told you, remember that if it is a wet riser and you are giving me booster pump, तो 4 टाइप के तो आपको pumps लगेंगे, तो more wet riser, more pumps. And you are talking about zoning, you are talking about so many pumping. कितना आप सामान रखोगे, कितना area जाएगा? So they have to think of space, they have to think of energy. So that's where the dry risers kind of helps. Okay, problem with the dry riser is only one, is that it cannot go right till 160 floor. If the fire is there, then the internal hydrant is the only thing there, because you will not have that kind of pump which will take water. Imagine Burj Khalifa mein top floor pe fire laga, how can you put a generator which is there in those fire trucks, pushing that, trying to push the water all the way up? Okay, and you are talking about a dry riser, not that chotu sa water ka pipe, है ना? No, this is going to be huge, 6 inches, maybe even more, because the high rise is there. Okay, so yeah, so all these things you will have to take care of when you are taking care of fire in your own case studies, and you have to study it from these points of view. Yeah. Same principle applies. You have a tank here, आपके पास tank है, with all the sets of pumps and booster pump and standbys and all that. The risers will come out. This will be, one is for the sprinkler, one is for the hydrant. So ये hydrant के लिए है, sprinkler के लिए. They cannot be two same together. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि एक sprinkler, एक riser दिया, नीचे मैंने hydrant लगाया लेकिन ऊपर sprinkler का line जा रहा है. This is wrong. Okay, you cannot ever do this, as can be very clearly seen in the diagram on the left hand side. So this is what you will have to be also showing in your drawings as well, or drawings in the sense तुम्हारे case study में. I doubt whether you will get that kind of details in your case study, but just in case, if you know, then these are some of the things that will be very common throughout, because in fire one has to only be clear of one thing. In the pipe, the pressure should be there. If that pressure drops, the pipes are useless. So there has to be a wet riser separate. You will have to have a separate sprinkler, separate booster for both the fire riser and everything else. Okay. So yeah, then this is your typical hydrants is also existing there. Okay, this is also existing there. So this is how your fire will work. Quickly I'll go through, because this is something same and we have done this. Okay. These are the kind of booster pumps that are put. Okay, and you can see that it is connected at the top level, and it is connected to your, one second, it is connected to your, now ये पता नहीं ये sprinkler है, नहीं ये sprinkler है because the size of it is smaller. Okay, but यहाँ पे दोनों दिखाए, तो maybe दोनों sprinkler हो सकता है, whatever. So it depends, because as the height increases, okay, the sprinkler sizes will also increase. Okay? It will not remain anymore 3 inches or 75 mm that I had told you. It can even go to 6 inches. Okay, because I need pressure, and because there are too many zones to cater to. There's too much of water to be catered to, so I need that kind of water, and that's why the sizing will increase as per the size of the buildings. And you can see the usual barometers, pressure, thermostats, जो भी है, every sensor is put, and all this is linked to BMS. Now say there is a fire. There is a fire. Okay, and how will the BMS know that? Okay, so say there is a fire in this room. Okay, in this room there is a fire. Okay, and there are these sensors placed here. Okay, one of the sensor will sense it. This sensor will pass the message to BMS. यहाँ पे it will pass the message to BMS. Okay, BMS will then start opening out all these walls or whatever. So as and when the sprinkler breaks here, okay, as and when the sprinkler starts throwing here, the closing walls will automatically start, and the thing will start automatically without anyone trying to. Today the systems are even more advanced than that. Okay. As soon as the detection of pressure drop is seen, okay, the pumps will start on its own. There will not be even need to put on the walls and put off the walls. It will work by its own. Okay. So these are some of the things that that will be done for high-rise buildings. See the size of the pumps, and this is just for G+20. Yeah? When I'm talking about Burj Khalifa, this will be 10 times more. है ना? This will be 10 times more. So that is the thing that one has to be aware of when you are doing your case study thing in your technology. And I don't know whether you guys are going to do the space kind of a study. It's not just about technology. I think you should also give a little bit sense to what is the kind of services and what kind of space they are using for you to get an idea that yes, this is something that is really going to cater to your. I mean, sorry, going to harm your planning if you do not put it right from the beginning. This is something we did not do last year. Okay, and this is only done. Ideally, should be done everywhere. The reason is, I remember I told you that what if you have to plan a sprinkler system in a computer lab? Will we do that? Yes or no? Will I plan a sprinkler system in a computer lab or in a library or in an office?
No.
Okay. Why? लोग तो उधर भी है ना? Why?
The
You would
thing will
use
get spoiled by water more than the fire.
Okay, fine. Oh, more or less right. ठीक है. So yes, so then there was a new kind of if you see our NBC, it's clearly written. If your if your floor space is equivalent to 500 square meter, okay, then only you can go for sprinklers. Otherwise, you can't go for sprinklers. If it is a small office, maybe suppose अपने building में आग लगा, okay, and if we had planned a sprinkler, we could not plan it in the library or in the comp lab because ours is so less than 500 square meters. So for us, this is useless, okay. But we are talking about open plan kind of a huge headquarters of say RBI, या फिर Asian Hearts Hospital, yeah, you take any BKC building, they are like huge floor plates, है ना? And there each floor plate is even more than 500 square meter. There you will plan your sprinkler system. But the problem is the same. Sprinkler system hai, but in case of even a mistake, a stupid guy stands below it and starts fagging, okay, or smoking, people will have issues. I mean, the sprinkler can break, the computer right under it or even on the periphery can be spoiled, paperwork can be destroyed, and you know how important paperwork are in the office, okay. So then what can be the system? It is called as a pre-action fire sprinkler system. What does this mean? बहुत simple है, okay. It means that I will not fill my pipes with water. I'll keep dry riser, ठीक है. Basically, it will work on the same system as a dry riser work. जब demand आएगा, then I will attach something, and then the water will go. So that will be the system will be applied for the sprinkler as well. So that means that unless and until activated by demand, such as a sprinkler head breaks upon, open and water rushes in the dry pipe system, till then the system will remain dry. आप समझ रहे हो क्या बोला मैंने? The water is held at bay by pressurized air or nitrogen in the pipe. So as soon as there is this, as I said, if a person is 2-3 people are smoking under the fire, and by chance if it reaches the preset temperature level and the sprinkler breaks, you will get a whooshing sound of the air that is trapped inside coming out, okay. And then you will see after some time, and after some time meaning not a minute, it will be like fraction of a second, you will see that the water, you will get water from it, okay. Now why is this done is that it will kind of not instantly, and there are other systems besides pre-action, okay. And I'll tell you when we so wall operations are there, okay. So in different systems, okay, this system water is held from entering the piping on electrically operated valve known as a pre-action valve. Valve operation is controlled by independent flame, heat, or smoke detection. Okay. So since and this is completely computerized system. Okay. Again, that valve is क्या कहते हैं, controlled by BMS. So there are no pictures as such. It's only a theory, okay, and a practice. So this is what it is, okay. And for this action to begin, you need to have two separate events, okay, and they must happen to initiate sprinkler discharge. Otherwise, sprinkler discharge nahi hoga, and in case of a mistake, your property can be saved, okay. And in case of actual fire, दो action होगा ही, क्योंकि anybody will take an action and then you will be saved. But in case if there is a mistake, okay, you will get some time to save your stuff. First, the detection system must identify a developing fire, okay, and then open the pre-action valve. Now, this allows water to flow into the system piping, which effectively creates a wet pipe seal. Okay? And second is, individual sprinkler head must release to permit water flow onto the fire. तो जब तक ये दोनों साथ में नहीं होता, ये नहीं होगा. The pre-action fire sprinkler system may be set up with a double interlock, in which pressurized air or nitrogen is added to the system piping. Now, आप बोलोगे ये कौन करेगा, कैसे करेगा? It's a system, it's a computerized system, guys. You and me, we are not, what I would say, correct people to probably plan this, okay? I would need a consultant to help me to plan. But what I can plan is RCP. What is my job? I will plan a beautiful RCP, okay, and put it in front of a contractor, and he will execute the job to get me a nice reflected ceiling plan, which is safe, okay, which is functioning, which is easily maintained, and it is beautiful. So I'll take care of these 4 aspects of my planning this thing, and I'm out. But for that, I will need to sit with an electrical guy. I will have to sit with the fire guy, especially when you have this kind of system, because it requires BMS, it requires computerization, it requires electrical connections, okay, it requires whatnot kind of other things, okay. And where do I put all that? So I will first need to know from the consultant, and they will then give me a list of things, and accordingly I will have to plan. Right? Any questions on this, guys? Unfortunately, there are no diagrams for this, because actually आप सोचो इसमें क्या diagram होगा? The same, it will be a pipe with a wall. The only thing is it is having this kind of a pressurized air in it, and it requires to see the fire and feel the fire. So the temperature setting is set accordingly. Okay, the advantages of pre-action sprinkler systems are, it's not uncommon for sprinkler heads to be falsely triggered. हो सकता है ना, जैसे I just told, a person is standing below and anything can go wrong. Accidental activation often results in costly irreversible property and water damage, which we have done it in 6th semester. That is the reason why we do not have sprinklers everywhere. The use of pressurized air or nitrogen in the piping allows for the easy detection of leaks. The moment the leak is detected, the valve can be controlled. First, there will be instant investigation whether actually fire hai ki kisi ki mistake hai. If there is a fire, the BMS will open up the valves and the water can come in. But if there is a mistake, it can stop the valve. Keep it stopped, okay, and you will be safe. So that is how fast it can be. Second thing, how will we know on which floor this is leaked BMS? Okay, because your sprinkler का जो भी connection है, everything is zoned. कहाँ पे pressure नीचे आएगा, कहाँ पे air का pressure drop हुआ. Again, that sensors are linked to your BMS. So otherwise BMS तो ढूंढते रह जाएगा. 60 floors का building है, कौन से floor पे आग लगाए पता नहीं, या किसने mistake की है पता नहीं. And so then there will be a problem. So that is why BMS is so important in a high-rise building. It's like the heart of the building. If the heart stops, the building stops. Because everything is computerized. In such a large building, it's little difficult to see everything manually. The 2 event discharge requirements adds an elevated level of protection from such inadvertent discharges. Locations that house water sensitive property needs pre-action system. Water sensitive activity are like archival vaults से आप imagine you are having a history library, okay, and you have these old books, like beautiful old books, okay, and there is a fire there, or there is this kind of a mistake there. Tremendous cultural loss. Rare book libraries, fine and art storage rooms, computer data centers, okay, sensitive kind of anything computerized, or maybe even labs. Certain labs are doing some important things. We don't know what to go there. In such scenarios, you need to go for these kind of double lock system. Due to the unique fire hazards that cold storage warehouse presents, pre-action systems are especially useful there, okay? The water from an inadvertent discharge in a cold warehouse would freeze immediately. So these are some of the things that one has to be aware of. Figure out whether तुम्हारे building में है कि नहीं है. Yeah. With this, we come to an end of the fire. More or less, it's the same with just few extra little bit here and there, sensitively put. High rise में सबसे बड़ा issue होता है SWM, which means solid waste management. How do you imagine from 7th floor building, a person is taking the garbage from each floor. He uses the lift, okay. From 7th, he comes to 6, collects, then he will have to go down because by that time uska dabba bhar gaya hai. How many trips he will make, okay, and how long he will take. One guy to do 28 flats in a G still plus 7, okay, will at least require 3 hours. Now imagine this is 60 floors. How do you think this will happen? There are specialized systems for it, okay? And those systems are this. You can see this is at a sink level, this is at a house level, where minimization of wet waste can happen. Now, most of these high-rise buildings go for extreme technologies, okay? They won't go for half-hearted attempts at technology. अगर करना है तो ठीक से करते हैं, because they know they will only have to deal, and the maintenance charges, installation cost is पड़ेगा, but 75% of operation and maintenance can become really costly. So what they would do is they would install these kind of, what is this? This is a crusher. You can see this. This is known as a crusher. So anything that is left over, chawal ke dane, kadi patta, I don't know, bones to jayega nahi, but in case if a non-vegetarian, then whatever. But everything will get crushed here, and then it will go into this. Okay, so essentially there will be no blockage in this system. Okay, plus your little things over a period of time can be reduced. Imagine you have 140 flats. Kitna wet waste kam ho jayega. Okay, so these are tiny technologies that is adapted. Okay, so you can actually see, and here so you can see actually that guy is like putting everything. Kachra mein kya kya hai? I can see some orange ka peels, I can see some green thing. Okay, तो वो सब डाल के ये पूरा crush हो जाता है. Okay, then it can be brought down here, and these pipes are then planned accordingly so that all that mulch that becomes, which is like now thick viscous liquid, it is no more clear water. It is a thick viscous liquid because this cannot disappear. No? It will become juicy kind of a stuff, but still it will have some material. So then the piping of the waste pipe will have to be done differently if this is the technology applied. So this is the first step that is taken in the house management, where wet waste is completely eliminated. Absolutely. So that is the first step. दूसरा है, ठीक है, some places you cannot eliminate, like how can you put haddi in this, okay, bones, lot of people eat lot of non-veg day in day out, and that will not get crushed here, so that will have to be thrown off. So yes, there are methods available where you can do this, ठीक है. This method is for individual houses, may or may not be there for the high rise, ठीक है. So this is the system known as a garbage chute. What is the chute ka meaning? One straight thing going down, okay, right? So uske kya components hai? You have inlet hopper, and I'll tell you what it is, okay, each one of them. The vertical continuous chute, you have collection chamber, and obviously ground or basement, the venting system and the cleaning system, सब कुछ होता है इसमें. So क्या होता है इसमें? The garbage refuse chute is basically, if you can see in this picture, you can see that this is one straight through and through system in a high-rise building to collect refuse from each floor. यहाँ से जाता है आपका, हर एक फ्लोर में जाता है, ठीक है? Obviously, imagine this as a cut line. So the inlet, it means that this is the one. This is the inlet that I'm talking about, which opens like this. So if this is the chute, inlet opens like this. You put garbage inside, okay, it slides in, so there is a hole here. So there is a wall here, there is a wall here. This will go and shut here, okay? So this actually, one second, this line will not be there. There will be elevational line here, okay? अभी वो मैं नहीं draw करूँगी. So यहाँ से आपका garbage and this is the chute. I wish there was a board here, okay? And so this is the chute, okay? And this is the hopper which is connected, okay? This is a steel thing, okay? This is also a steel chute. Can you use concrete here? How will you finish concrete from within to a smooth, fine surface? And we need fine, smooth surface because otherwise, तुम्हारे दाल, चावल, sabzi, God knows what else can get stuck to the walls. And imagine 57 floor पे कौन जाएगा उसको clean करने? So you need to have something which will be very easy to maintain. Okay, and that's why this is completely steel, nicely finished, coming from the companies. And there are these. Obviously, you cannot get a steel of 465 meters, right? So there will be joints here. Okay, it will be soldered kind of a joint, and that's how you will have one pipe attached to the other pipe, attached to the third pipe, and that's how your entire chute is done. ठीक है, समझ रहे हो ना? And this is open ना, ये तो खाली दिखाने के लिए. These are the joints. अंदर पूरा through and through है. Okay, so this is how your क्या कहते हैं garbage is going to collected. ठीक है. So what is a hopper? I'll show you in detail what it is. ठीक है. Any questions here?
Yeah, Meenal.
Yes.
This drawing like thing is only possible for a, मतलब not a very tall building. 10 माले का तो ये कर सकते. अरे अगर
कर सकते हैं, महंगा पड़ेगा. और अपने आप मैं आपको बताती हूँ ना एंड में क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है.
अगर ये बिल्डिंग 30 फ्लोर्स 45 फ्लोर्स का है तो फिर कैसे करेंगे?
नहीं तो ये करना ही पड़ेगा. यू डोंट हैव एन ऑप्शन.
नहीं मतलब वो ऊपर से डायरेक्ट नीचे इट विल गो, अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट लाइक इफ इट इज मोर देन दे वोंट बी डिवाइडिंग इट, मतलब ये फ्लोर तक ये फ्लोर से
कमिंग वेट जरा रुक. आई एम कमिंग टू योर क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, आई जस्ट शो यू अहेड. ओके, सो दिस इज द हॉपर. अब हॉपर क्या काम करता है? यू कैन सी दिस इज again as I told you, so this is the steel thing. You can see this is a steel finish, okay, and this is one homogeneous structure. Okay, this is one homogeneous structure. So नीचे भी आपका ऐसे ही आएगा, something like this. ठीक है, so that's how floor by floor your thing is done. And there are various colors, textures. Texture generally smooth रहेगा, but I'm just saying के but बाहर का texture can change. Then nothing is problematic outside. The problem is inside. One thing you have to be always remember is it is always bottom hinged. Always. Why? नहीं तो सब बाहर गिरेगा. अगर bottom hinged है, even if you put your dish, I mean तुम्हारा जो भी ये है क्या कहते हैं, you put your कचरा का बैग इधर स्लाइड करोगे तो भी वो अंदर ही जाएगा. It will not fall out. So it has to open out in this particular fashion. So every is opening it like this. ठीक है. So this is how your hopper will say. So the frame and the door should be fire resistant. Obviously, we already finished talking about fire. So in high rise, everything has to be fire resistant. Sealed firmly to prevent any escape of water. Hopper door opens always outside, okay, and it is always bottom hinge, so that while cleaning the water will flow in the chute without any spilling, okay, whether it is for water or for the garbage. Imagine in India, घर में पार्टी है, घर में 10 लोग खाना खाने आए, what will be the kind of kachra that will be created, and you are trying to open from the top hinge wala thing, वो आधा कचरा फ्लोर पे ही गिरेगा, एंड बिलीव मी वो गाइड साफ भी नहीं करेगा, ओके वो ऐसे ही छोड़ के जाएगा. व्हेन द जैनिटर विल कम इन द नेक्स्ट डे, टिल देन द होल लॉबी विल स्टार्ट स्टिंकिंग. सो दिस इज व्हाट विल हैपन इफ दिस इज नॉट प्लान्ड. ठीक है, सो दिस इज हाउ इट इज. I'll come to your question. Whoever asked that, who was that who asked the question? Okay, so this is the chute. Nice steel, no problem. This is the part again in steel. Now you can see this is not steel. ये steel नहीं है. ये जो green दिख रहा है ना वो steel है. So this is steel. Right? And this is how and this is the joint. One steel pipe, another steel pipe. That is how it will be joined. ठीक है? And ये plan है. तो plan में आपको ये दिख रहा है, ये वाला जो है वो ये है. ठीक है? And this is the thing shaft. तो इसमें बहुत कुछ और भी हो सकता है. तो you can see that there are, क्या लिखा है, ये pipes. Okay? For whatever reason, they can be domestic pipes, they can be flushing pipes, यानी कि rainwater collection pipes. There could be wet risers, there could be even some gas pipes going in through. So बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. So basically the shaft can be multi-use shaft if you plan it well. Okay, and this is the hopper which you see here. Is this? ठीक है? समझ गए हो ना आप what I'm saying? I hope it is clear from the pictures. Okay, I'll come to your problem because there are many problems associated with it. एक नहीं बहुत सारे problems. Okay, and it is all to do with humans, which is very difficult to control. Systems है, computer है, you can manage, but when it comes to human थोड़ा difficult है. Again, this is the plan of the collection chamber. तो ठीक है, चलो I'll go one step up. Okay, now imagine this, ऊपर से आपने कचरा डाला. You are putting the thing down here. Somebody from the top put here, and all that thing will run down. Tuck, 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 from 160th floor to 0 level. To 0 level. बराबर है. अब 0 level तुम्हारा ground level भी हो सकता है और तुम्हारा basement भी हो सकता है. Up to you how you plan your site plan. ठीक है. Now that means imagine so much of wet waste collected, so much of dry waste collected, all coming down through this thin pipe or whatever. They will have to plan the pipe as well, and there are people who will do the correct configuration of the pipe. You cannot say I can give you 200 mm ka pipe or I can give 2000 mm ka pipe. No, there are people who will actually tell you based on the function, based on the number of people, based on the kind of activity, and of course the culture. So if you are planning in Japan versus planning in US, it will be two different culture. One believes in saving everything, one doesn't believe in anything, so it's like that. So accordingly the things will be planned. So yes, that factor will be there. But now coming to the next point is shoot तो आ गया आपका नीचे, चलो अब क्या करोगे? Where will that? So this is the shoot that is happening. कहाँ है इसमें? So this is I am not able to see any shoot here, but in the next diagram it will be there. 1 second. Anyways, let me see. Okay, so situated usually in the basement of the ground, truck access is required. So that's why you can see that these are the places where the trucks can actually come in. You can see that these are the barrels. Actually, there are barrels, wheel barrels, okay, or barrows you can say, which are used for collecting of the garbage that will come from the top, and they can be various. Okay, so essentially, if I draw a plan here, if this is the plan, this is the chute that is planned, which is coming all the way from the top. Okay, that means there will have to be a kind of a container here, which I'll show you in the next picture. कंटेनर भर जाता है, फिर उसको स्टोर करते हैं. You store it here. ठीक है, दूसरा कंटेनर जाता है, then you store it here, then you store it here. So that's how you get this. That's how you get this. Maybe the colors are for wet and dry. ठीक है. So that is how it will be collected at the collection chamber. I have some better diagrams to show you. Okay, truck access is required, wheelbarrows under the chutes, and barrow size to be planned for a day. Abhi, remember in the second year, I don't know whether I taught waste management to you guys. मुझे याद नहीं है. But we actually, there are norms because somebody has to plan for the city as well. So if it is for Bombay, anybody can tell me what will be the waste garbage for a person, per person per day in a city like Mumbai versus, say, a small town in Konkan or Rajasthan for that matter, or Gujarat for that matter. Anyone? Any idea? Any guess? No idea? Wow. Okay. So for a city, it is 0.5 grams per person. Yani almost आधा किलो. Imagine every day per person per day produces half kg of garbage. तो आपके घर में अगर 5 लोग हैं तो आपके घर का 2.5 kg गार्बेज पकड़ लो, ठीक है. वैसे अगर आपके घर आपकी बिल्डिंग में 30 फ्लैट्स हैं, कितने हो गए? 3 पकड़ो ना, इजी फॉर कैलकुलेशन. चलो तो 30 into 3, 30 flats है, okay, and yeah, so 3 kg बराबर, so it will be 90 kg per person, per building, sorry, huh? And that is only for 30 flats. Imagine you are planning for Shanghai Tower, or you're planning for WTC or Burj Khalifa or any other Pudong Tower, okay, uh, so many other, I mean, Beirut Towers. So how would you then sit and calculate, and how would you then design all this? Okay, so that has to be planned. So this is what I was saying. Now see this, and this is where the segregation helps. Okay, so you can see blue, green, and brown. So what is the configuration? Simple, and this is for the west. This is for the recyclable, and this is for non-recyclable. Okay, and accordingly, so that means what? इसका implication क्या है सोचो? Okay, that means the citizen have to be so highly environmental conscious, will have to take the trouble of actually segregating their waste into 3 categories, putting it into a separate bags, okay, and then pushing it into this. And then your circle, which is the chute, is divided into this. So hopper में भी लिखा रहता है आपको. There are 3 doors there, okay, and everywhere you can actually, it's there on the door of the hopper, that if it is a wet waste, please put it in the center. If it is a dry and a reusable, please put it on the left or right or wherever. Okay, so accordingly they will have to put it, and it will be collected into these individual stuff. They will, once it is full, it will be taken out. Again, guys, this is done completely by BMS. It is the BMS which will control कि ये कब भरता है, कौन लेके जाता है, how it will be moved out, who will give the signal to the guy to come and take the thing out. Everything is, so the BMS is so smart enough that a person who is managing this, if he is going out, he will get a message on his phone, SMS, where you can say that, बाबा तुम्हारा काम हो गया है, आ जाओ इधर, ये भर गया है, please remove it. So that kind level of technology is there, which will kind of, which has evolved into a lot of things of saving energy, time, money, labor, everything. And this is the plan, if you can see, actually, where you can see that the trucks are here, coming, going, so many units of collected garbage, different colors. यहाँ पे तो 2 ही कलर दिखा है, but ideally 3 होता है in outside countries. India में सब एक होता है. And this is a picture where you can see external garbage chute which is happening. Okay, many cities in India have started doing this. So we have cities which is going zero garbage kind of a thing. So yeah, and it is possible for Bombay also. In fact, there was a proposal made for okay, you give the city to us, we will see to it that we will make your city, at least give us a ward. The BMC official said to them, we don't have garbage. And this is a sentence captured okay, in one of the show done by Amir Khan. कौन सा नाम था? Satyameva Jayate. Okay, just type waste management Satyameva Jayate, and you will see the whole episode. Very clever way of eliminating solid waste. Very clever ways. Okay. Right. Then these are just the. This is a new system. Extremely energy guzzling system, but many cities in the world are using this. Same as we have hydro pneumatic system where we apply pressure for the water to go up, for the supply directly into the tap instead of going to the OHT and then using gravity system. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? You take garbage by suctioning it out of the building. Okay, so what big bags of things that you throw down into those garbage chutes, they will be taken out completely via suction pressure done by the pumps. Okay, so this is the hopper that you see here. आप देख रहे हो ये आपका hopper है. इसको खोला आपने डाला. Okay, these are the pipes or the pipes नहीं sorry pumps, suction pumps. Okay, or hydro pneumatic pumps. Okay, these are just some of the pipings that happens with the valves. Okay, and then these are the collection chambers which is at the collection center. So if this is the building, there is a pump room here. The pump room will suck this, okay, and then there is a final pump room here which will help this suction here, and then finally into the collection chamber where segregation, if not done or something else could be done, can be catered to. So there is a city in New York. In fact, New York is completely garbage free because of this city, this system. Sorry, क्यों नहीं जा रहा है? बताइए. Any questions here, guys? I'll show you the future pictures of how this will be. So ये है आपका. This is that city I was talking about. This is the Roosevelt in US takes city solid waste for treatment. City माने New York. Okay, so this is a place in Roosevelt, completely underground station. They take sewage as well as solid waste. Okay, and then they do massive biogas as well as composting there. So you can see the sizes of the chutes. Okay, these are the pressure that thing is happening here. These are the cleaning systems that can happen. Okay, or the venting system, could be anything. So these are the things that, and this is open. You can see this is open, and it can be catered to very easily. So that's how the thing is planned. And this is how the system is. So this is the centralized system. यानी कि सिटी का आप देख रहे हो ये बिल्डिंग का ये पाइप में जा रहा है, ये बिल्डिंग का ये पाइप में जा रहा है, दिस बिल्डिंग का ये पाइप में जा रहा है. Oh, sorry. And all this is going to this. Sorry. So this is my collection tank. ठीक है ना? So you understood? Everything is going in this direction, and this is the suction area where, with the help of those pumps, the whole garbage is sucked into the system. So that's how it is. While this we call it as a compact system because it's a decentralized system where the pumps will be situated within a building and everything will be done at the building. And then you see a truck coming here to pick up the thing and the truck will be taking it out. So there are these two kinds of systems that is available. Fortunately, I would say this is yet not in India and it should not come here because it's too much of energy waste. And finally, it's like this, the more you depend on these kind of systems, the more kind of careless you become. Hai na? One simple example I can give you is that we used to remember mobile phone numbers, the phone numbers of everyone. I don't remember my own son's number because mobile hai na? The smartphones is making me dumb, is making my memory dumb, not giving me any chance to activate my brain cells. Okay, I depend on it for everything. रास्ता दिखाने के लिए open the mobile. Address ढूंढने का है open the mobile. I just don't use my brain. If I have to read something, I open my mobile. So it's completely dependent. Imagine with this kind of a thing, if all the systems like this come into the kind of systems are being used, क्या होगा? Don't know. Your question I'm answering here. Whoever asked me that question, you require etiquettes for that. And coming to the question of high rise, In India, till 2025, we still have people coming and taking care of it. We still have people who will come and do it. About 25, it becomes next to impossible because वो पूरा दिन जाता है, and nobody will want to waste their hours here if they're not getting good pay there. So that is the thing. Having said that, India yet do not have such high rises as you guys are doing the case study. Okay, we yet do not have a kind of a more than a 300-meter tall tower in India at least. ठीक है? So अभी तक garbage chutes is not such a hot thing in India, but it is going to be the future. Yeah. So these are some of the etiquettes that one has to be literally practice if you want your garbage chute to function well. Okay? So let's read them out, and it's really readable. Karna zaruri hai. Loose items should not be disposed of in a chute. Kyun? Because it can fly off, no? Because velocity hai. So you need to tie things into a bag and then throw the bag inside. The question here is this, this is a debatable question. This is another reason why I don't like garbage chutes, and that is to tie that stuff, I'm using plastic bags. So more garbage, more plastic. So everyone is using plastic bag, and here we are talking about not using plastic. So then where are we going? It's a question that I badly want to ask the people who plan this, but let's see. Maybe there are materials or bags that could be now invented and people can buy and use that. Who knows? Yeah, so large bags, those that don't easily fit through the door, see this, okay, should not be placed in a chute. नहीं तो सब अटक जाएगा. These should be taken to a main trash room for the building. उसके लिए अगर आपको नीचे जाना है तो जाओ. Okay, otherwise what will happen is you will stuck the thing. Then suppose now, as I already told you, that everything is working with the BMS. So if there is a stuck up there and a hopper is giving that signal to the BMS, okay, in such a scenario, the suction pumps are installed at the bottom to take out the thing, as I showed you in the pneumatic. But these are not for the pneumatic system. Okay, वहाँ पे तो लगा ही रहता है. But this is also for the system which are having very high tall buildings, and one needs to be taken care as a extra precautionary. So one pump will be used to suck that thing out. So even though it is stuck there, with the help of the pressure, it can be brought down, okay, and whatever. So that is how you will clean the shaft. Otherwise कैसे manually तो कोई कर ही नहीं सकता है ना, कितना तुम नीचे मारेगा, है ना, धक्का मारेगा, कैसे मारेगा? Or if you do that, and if it is a sharp element, then the bag will open and the whole thing will like spread out, which is also a bad thing. Items should not be left in the chute room. Okay, now generally a chute is preferably kept in a room. Okay, people would not like to see it in the corridor. Okay, where sometimes कुछ गिर सकता है ना, अभी आदमी है, human make mistakes, so we don't want to see that. So it's nicely enclosed in a shaft, okay, or a place where. But if you know that the usage, like say there is hotels there, hotels will have humongous kind of kachra, na? So what they do is they will have drums and they will put into those chutes, which is then separately taken out through service elevators. That is the reason why you will have a chute room as well. Okay, so in case if there are these major hotel is churning out this huge wet waste, okay, all that vegetable ka chilkas and all that thing has to be, I mean, it cannot be disposed in chote bags. No? Then what will you do? You will place those drums in the chutes room, and then they can be individually taken down through service elevators. So yeah, this will have to be done. Yeah, avoid placing large items such as Christmas tree, okay, or unbound corrugated boxes in a chute, okay. Large items, okay, block a chute and prevent it from being used until the blockage is cleared. Burning cigarettes, cigars, or flammable items should not be placed in a chute system because it can lead to fire. Items should not be placed in a chute during evening hours, typically 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. to avoid disturbing residents. Why? How does this happen? Okay, the movements, the sound, okay, opening of the chute doors, bade drums tumhare, you're taking trolley out. So avoid that. So that's how it is done. But If it is a small bag that you just carry it and put it in a hopper, it's not a problem. You can use that. And I think this with this we end your SWM. Do we have time? Should I continue ahead? So yeah, this is a very important part and a message to all of us. Chute system requires that residents continue to separate their garbage before discarding it. So it's your responsibility. Okay. Proper identification of items prior to disposal in the chute is an important aspect of condo building. Obviously, guys, I've used the word condo here. The reason is this is still not yet applied in India, and in India we call it apartments, while in all the other regions they call it condo. Uh, in a condo building, waste management. When condo owners do their part, it saves money, is better for the environment, and helps the city to reach waste diversion targets. Okay, so this is all about garbage, solid waste in a high-rise building. It's a big management issue. It's a city level issues, and with the kind of attitude which people have today, this is a rising issue and a big concern. Should I go ahead? Finish this part? ये थोड़ा लंबा है. इसमें बहुत ifs and buts है. If you feel I continue, I'll continue. If you feel I stop, I stop. Your say. Some 16 slides are there. So I continue. Are you guys there? Yeah, I'm talking to just a screen.
Yeah. We can take a small break and
We are
then
here.
continue.
You want a small break? ठीक है. We can take 5 minutes break, 10 minutes break. वो भी बता दो.
Yeah, we can take a 10-minute break.
Okay, done. So we meet at it's 3:45, 2:45. We meet at 2:55. ठीक है? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.